before you go for the downsell, handle the fear. So he's in
Okay.
fear mode right now. He's like, oh man, I have all this stuff going on. This is where you as a coach can be an effective closer without doing coaching. So how
Mm.
can you help him realize that his anxious attachment style is probably showing up in how he makes money?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm asking for your coaching around this because
Okay,
that's where I'm kind of getting
sure.
stuck, you
And
know?
if you had to think about it,
Sorry?
but if you had to think about it, what would you say?
Like how I would coach him through this.
How can you help him realize that his anxious attachment style is also linked to him not making a lot?
Well, great question. I think also what I'm coming up against is like we're already kind of like towards the end of the hour with this, and sometimes I hesitate to dig into things because like Trevor's also pushing to keep everything within a certain time frame.
Of
And
course.
that's not an excuse, right? But it's more just like I feel like asking those deeper questions. Like, okay, so like is it fair to say like maybe some fears coming up for you right now? So at the end of the day, right, like this is really important to you. You said this, and this, like it's gonna make a difference for you, but is it fair to say like we're still kind of going through what's been holding you back already? Something like that, but without going back into like the whole loop and then going over time.
You just might go over time. And you're just gonna have to accept that for now.
Well, I accept it, but Trevor doesn't.
Yeah, well, right, because he's paying for those leads and he's paying for the time slots. But if you start putting up more money and you're like, hey, my calls are going a minute 50, or an hour 15, right? But I am closing, then like you can rearrange the calendar a little bit. But right now, you're just gonna have to pick one. Either you sit in the pocket, and this is what I would do. Like you already got them 90% there. Like even if that means pushing your next call back, like you have a higher likelihood of closing that call versus now having another call and starting from scratch. So take the extra 10% on that call. Also, you didn't answer my question. So how can you help your prospect link anxious attachment with not making a lot of money?
Can I ask the audience? Can I ask the audience? Because I'm a little stumped here. Because if I knew the answer to this, I wouldn't be asking this question.
Go for it, Cap.
I mean, I'm guessing that people who are in anxious attachments, they look for safety everywhere they can and it gets in their way. So they probably do the same thing with their finances.
Okay, Kat. Is this what the kids are doing? Clock it? Yes. So Amber, there's two takeaways for you there. I asked you and you said, I don't know. So I asked you again. But if you did know, what would you say? Or if you had to think about it, what would you say? That's something that's going to be really important.
Where'd you learn that? Where'd you
I
learn
learned that
if
from you,
you
Megan.
did know?
If you did know. Or if you had to think about it, right? Some version of that is going to be important for you to like use because your prospects are probably giving you that.
Aha. I don't know. Okay. I like that. So one more time.
So there's two. One I kind of ripped from Megan because it was clean. But if you did know, what would you say? The other one that I use was like, but if you had to think about it, what would you say?
Okay, so if you did know, what would you say? If you had to think about it, what would you say? But the preface to that, because we're, identifying his attachment style with his money-making abilities, and also, if it's fair to say, like his decision-making abilities, like what's the question? Like going back to your attachment style, I don't know. That's the part where I'm
Okay,
stuck.
I got you. I'll give it to you here. It's
Thank
helping
you.
them realize like, hey, do you see why this is why we're here? Like you can just you see it like that. Like that's a pattern interrupt. He's gonna be like, what? What
Do
do
you
you
see?
mean?
This is why we're here.
It's like we're here in front of a difficult decision and we want to put space and time between it. Right. Do you see how this way of decision making or this way of processing things is like what's actually also showing up in your relationships? We're seeking that's like what Kat said, we might be seeking additional certainty that isn't there. So we need to learn how to navigate these pieces of uncertainty by trusting ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like if you were what's the opposite of anxious? It's secure. If you were more secure in yourself and your relationships, you'd probably be making more money already, huh? So you see how all this is connected? I would be doing you a disservice allowing you to leave this call not changing this because of a few $100s that we couldn't work into your budget.
Boom. Okay.
Okay. So a couple takeaways, go through this recording, but the two biggest things for you, when your prospects say, I don't know, that's why I put you on the spot, just re-ask it. But if you had to think about it, what would you say? They're going to go internal.
Yeah.
Okay. Because otherwise, if you don't, and you let them get away with that in your discovery, it's going to come up in your objections. So you're conditioning them not to give you BS. And the second thing is going to take a little bit of practice, but in your head, it's like, how can I show them that the objection is why they're here, especially with these non-ROI offers?
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that one line, well,
Thank
this
you.
is why we're here, my friend, because I can guarantee that what is showing up for you right now shows up in your relationships. Tell me I'm wrong.
I love that. This is why we're here. Tell me I'm wrong.
Show them though. Yeah, this is why we're here. This likely shows up in your relationship. Like this way of making decisions shows up in your relationship, does it not? Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with money, man. This has how you put yourself first or how you trust in yourself. And this is what I mean. Like you've done coaching work, so this is how you can leverage your coaching experience without going into coaching mode.
Yeah. Okay, I love that. This is so helpful. 'Cause, yeah, I've been kind of getting stuck there and just getting sold on their dumb excuses.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
mind you, some people are truly, financially disqualified, but even so, like, you sold me when I had the money. So, hey.
Mic drop. There it is. I don't believe in FDQs. I was one too. I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it. So yeah, that guy was really close. So yeah, work on this stuff. And I think that especially with like for all of you guys here, the non-ROI offers, like when you can help them realize like what they're here to solve, whether it's anxious attachment style, whether it's some other form of personal development, whatever they want to work on there also shows up in other areas of their life. So again, anxious attachment, if they're anxious in their relationships, they're probably anxious like with people at work. And so they're probably not really showing up as like a leader that they could be, which is why they've been passed over for a promotion as an example, right? So when you help people realize that, like that's how you're gonna be able to close more deals. Good stuff. Bring more calls, Amber. It's overdue for you. Bring more. Don't be shy.
Well, I feel so vulnerable. When I need to.
Yeah.
I have my own anxieties to deal with, y'all.
That happens. It's part of it. All right.